From the podcast studio of WTAP Plus comes your source for sports, WTAP Sports Frenzy with host Griffin Albright.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of WTAP Plus Sports Frenzy. We've got another big-time guest here today from Marietta High School, just coming off a big-time rivalry win in the playoffs this past Tuesday. Here he is, Lucas Miller. Lucas, really appreciate you joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And Lucas, let's just get into that game Tuesday night, man. What a game it was. And
yeah,
just for you guys to win that game in the fashion that you did, it was close wire to wire. What were the feelings like coming off the floor that night?
it was just pure emotion off the court. Immediately when I stepped off that court, everyone, all of my teammates were just embracing me. We were just all embracing each other. And that's in despite of a lot of us really not having our best games that we could have had. But, I think it just really shows our character as a team and how we just all care about just winning. And at the end of the day, we won the game, so that's all that mattered. We're on to the next round.
Yeah, 100%. I'll say, Jermaine, we just talked about this a little bit, but I know I said you've seen Warren play, maybe not Marietta yet, but you've gotten a feel of how Warren plays. And
yeah, definitely a really well-coached team in my opinion.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, you talk about Coach Maddox, one of the best around.
Definitely.
But I think that particularly showed in that game Tuesday night because I remember I got there in the second quarter and they were 8 of 9, I think, from 3 or 9 of 10 or something like that.
Yeah.
And just couldn't miss. And you guys were the opposite. You guys were missing a lot, but it was a tie game.
Yeah.
I think it went into the locker room a tie game. So, what was Coach Gardner's message to you guys in that locker room at halftime?
Yeah, so going into halftime, we all were expecting to, get chewed out, screamed at, because, we were in a tie ball game. And, Warren's a really solid team. They're the 5 seed. They're a really good team. They're only 1 seed below us. And they battle us every time, but we just knew we weren't playing as good as we could have. Mm-hmm. And we were just, shooting some shots that we thought weren't the best. But then Gardner comes down and he just set us straight saying, hey, man, we have 39 points on the board. That should be enough and a half to win the whole game.
Yeah.
The problem is they got 39 points. We're not getting back on defense.
Yep.
They were beating us in transition a lot. They were just, quite honestly, wanting more a lot of the times, getting the rebounds and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And we just weren't hitting our shots, but really the key was defense, and it came down to that in the second half.
Yeah, it really did, especially on that defensive end. That's really where you guys seem to get that separation, that edge. We'll talk about maybe the guys who stepped up in that game. We mentioned before that the starters, you guys weren't necessarily on your game. You guys are normally scoring a lot weren't, but you guys had other guys to step up. So what's that like, being able to have a bunch of different guys be able to be the leading scorer on any given night and feel comfortable if one guy's not having his best game, another guy will step up?
Yeah, definitely. Trenton McVeigh, junior for us. Grayson Mote's a freshman for us.
Yeah, huge night for
both
him.
Both of them, their first ever playoff game.
Right.
And
That's crazy.
They just act like they've been there. You know what I mean? And it was just really awesome to see. Just seeing that as like a senior, I wasn't playing my best game, and to be quite honest with you, I just was kind of in my own head, just wasn't making shots and stuff like that. It was kind of a little bit in my own head. But what really just brought me back to that was just, Grayson playing really, really hard, playing really well, getting steals out there, getting buckets. Mm-hmm. And Trent McVeigh and Grayson Motes came up big and ended up being 2 of our top 3 leading scorers in that game.
Right.
And really, were ultimately the key leading factors to why we won that game, or some of the main ones.
Yeah.
So
that is what it ended up being.
Yeah.
I remember talking to Coach Gardner after the game, and he mentioned McVeigh and Mote stepping up in their very first playoff game, which is huge. He also said something I really liked. He said there's a difference between urgency and panic, which I think really was the kind of the best way to sum it up down the stretch, because I know I was so nervous really for both of you guys just watching that game, because there were a lot of opportunities where there were maybe some missed ones, some turnovers, some missed layups, missed free throws on both sides. So just walk me through those final few minutes. What was it like? There's some timeouts. What was the message? What was your guys' mindset to be able to close that thing out?
Yeah, definitely. We were struggling going into the fourth quarter, especially. We were really struggling. And then with about, I'd say, 5 minutes to go, we were down 4, and Gardner called a timeout. We were in the huddle, and Gardner just told us, where else would you rather be? You know what I'm saying? It's just it's a playoff atmosphere.
Exactly. Yeah. How can you beat that?
He always believes and always knows that we're going to win, and so that's why he coaches with such confidence and tries to install that confidence in us, and that's why we play with such confidence on the floor. And we've just been in so many different close games that, I mean, I wasn't too nervous going into it. I mean, obviously, I was a little nervous. It could be your last game, obviously.
Right, yeah.
But, you know,
you'd been there before.
I've been there, and I knew our team was more than capable of coming back and leading a comeback against Warren. So
yeah, absolutely, yeah, and that's so great. And I talk about Warren a little bit, and like I said, Jermaine, you've seen them play. That's a team that lost, I think, 9 seniors from last season.
Yeah.
And just the job that Coach Maddox was able to do with those really young guys, right? Like I remember I talked to Hudson Elsie. I did an interview with him. It was his first year of varsity basketball. And he's had a heck of a year for them. But what was that like, kind of being able to have to play a whole different team, a bunch of different guys, and just kind of still being able to beat them 3 times this season?
Yeah. Well, you know, just all credit to, you know, Blaine Maddox. He's a hell of a coach.
Yeah.
I mean,
no doubt
else to be said about that.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean,
definitely.
He just always has his team ready and prepared, and it's just like every single game. We played him 3 times this year, obviously, and it's like every single game he had a different strategy almost against us, and it just it like throws you into a loop somehow. You know what I mean? You don't know you don't expect what's coming.
Yeah.
And but no, it was just, you know, going to that first game, you know, you have to keep reminding yourself, you know. Obviously, they lose a bunch of talent, a bunch of seniors, but you just got to keep reminding yourself who their coach is. And I know Warren's a good program, and it's always going to be a tough game. So that's what we did going into the first game. And obviously, they woke us up a little bit in the first half. So when they woke us up a little bit in the first half, and Gardner woke us up a little bit, then we started playing, and we were able to pull off the first win. And second win, we were actually up a lot in the first half.
Yeah.
It was actually quite the opposite of the first game. And, you know, Trey was a big factor to that. Trey Hawkins, our point guard. Yeah. And he was just leading the troops through that. And then he gets a little injury.
Right. I remember that. He missed a few games. Nowhere.
And
that's tough, yeah.
And he's out for the first half. And, you know, that just really hurt us in the second half.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But I will say this. I really think that in the long-term run, that helped us more than anything. It's helped us this season.
Okay.
It was a blessing in disguise, I think.
Yeah.
Because having to play without a point guard just made everyone else better.
Yeah.
And made everyone else more confident around them. So
I really like that perspective, and it's always, you would think that an injury, especially to a key guy like Trey, would be devastating, but that's really interesting that you bring up that really helped you guys and maybe taught you how to play without him and have other guys step up. So last thing I'll touch on with this Warren game, I remember, I think it was number 2 Jackson Purdue had, I thought it was an incredible game from him. I think he finished with 19 points.
Yeah.
I don't know if you matched up with him at all, but, you know, I don't know if you guys had a game plan against him, like, hey, we need to watch this guy, or if he just kind of surprised you guys in that third game. But what was that like, having to guard him and maybe adjust
throughout
that game?
So, you know, he just got better throughout the season, Jackson Purdue. I mean, the first game he wasn't even starting, wasn't really on our radar.
Yeah.
We knew he was trying to get his shots in and stuff like that, but we didn't really know much else about him, you know what I mean? And then going into the second game, you know, by then he's their best player, and we're making a whole game plan against him, you know what I mean?
Where does this guy come from? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and he's
all of a sudden
sophomore, you know what I
mean?
Going
crazy, yeah.
He's a good athlete and stuff, so, yeah, the second game, I think me and Trey were on him and stuff like that, and we were able to limit him a little bit. But then the third game, you could he really just showed how much he's improved during the whole season.
Right.
And I mean, it took all of us to guard him.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And he was a tough matchup, definitely.
Yeah.
So
he was fun to watch. To him. Yeah. I mean, really, all you guys were. It was just such a great game, and we can kind of close the book on that and move on to what's coming tomorrow with OU and Miami Trace top seed, right? What's the preparation been like? I know you guys are probably coming off just really high emotions and excitement from that win on Tuesday, but what's it been like these past couple of days trying to get ready for this big team, Miami Trace, playing at the Convo?
Yeah. So we had our first practice after the game yesterday, and we just went through. We haven't seen this team before, so they haven't seen us. We haven't seen them. So it's going to make it quite interesting and a little bit extra fun. And, you know, we're 2 top-level teams, so for top-level preparation, for top-level teams, you need top-level preparation. So Gardner was having us watch a bunch of film on them.
Yeah.
And then we did a lot of shooting work and stuff like that after our loss to Warren. I'm not lost win to Warren, so struggling on shooting and stuff like that.
Fair.
So
yeah.
Yeah, just a lot of shooting, a lot of preparation. It's going to be really hard to stop their big Guthrie. 6'8" big, 300 pound.
The guy's huge. Yeah, I saw him last year. Actually, they played Warren I can't remember what it was, but they played Warren at Logan, and I was like, that's the biggest high school basketball player I've ever seen.
Yep. Yeah. And it's not only him though. They got their point guard number 4. He's a heck of a player.
Yeah.
They got a lot of good talent around them. They just have a lot of they just got a lot of level depth and stuff like that. A lot of talent on their team, and it's just a sign of a good team. And they went undefeated last year. They haven't lost much this year. They're the number 1 seed, so it's going to be a high level game. And nothing else you could wish for the senior year going in.
What an opportunity, man, to go knock a team off like that at Ohio University.
Yeah,
come on, can't beat that.
So
I'll say. Funny you brought up the shooting practice. I think on the bright side, maybe there's nowhere to go but up from last game.
Yeah.
Especially for you guys. You guys have been a great shooting team all year, so I'm sure that was just a fluke, and you guys will be fine coming out.
Yeah.
We talked a little bit about before this, you guys practicing at the college, at Marietta College, trying to prepare for the bigger arena. So what challenges does that bring, playing obviously in a much bigger space in the Convo Center, maybe depth perception?
Yeah.
What's that going to be like for you guys, especially with the shooting aspect?
Yeah, when you walk into the Convo, it's a different atmosphere, a different gym than obviously all high school gyms and stuff like that. It's a full college gym, D1 college gym. And when you get on that court, it's just, it's so weird looking at the rims, because you're like looking at the rim and there's nothing behind it at all, because there's like no students or anything behind it, obviously. So you're just like looking at nothing, and you just got, you know what I mean? So the depth perception is really just, it throws you through a loop for sure. But at the end of the day, Coach Gardner's been reminding us of this. The hoops are still 10 feet. So we got to go out there and perform. Either way, they still got to shoot on the same rims we do. So we got to just perform.
Yeah,
definitely.
Gotcha, 100%. Yeah. I remember. Not that I was anywhere near as good as you guys, but I played 1 year of high school basketball, and I remember we played in this, holiday tournament. We wouldn't play. There was this Coliseum, so it was where one of the, UNCG college played. Going from that court to the college arena, just shooting. I was a shooter. I like to put up threes. I was decent. But then I remember just going up in warm-ups and just throwing up air balls, and it was it completely messed me up. So that's why I wanted to ask about that depth perception.
And just I know usually they just have different the thing that throws me off the most is the 3-point line. They got a couple of different 3-point lines, and you just got to make sure you're shooting behind the right one. So
Oh, that's so funny. Problems you would never think about if you've never played and never done anything like that. Say, Jermaine, did you play any basketball growing up?
I played a little bit.
I know you're a baseball guy.
Yeah, not as good as you guys. But I played a little bit.
Yeah, so both of us can relate on that aspect, man. So I say, I know I'm very excited for you guys playing in Ohio. I think that's really cool. Just the experience, maybe taking the game part out of it a little bit, just the experience for you guys, high school kids, to have the opportunity to go play in an arena, get a chance to play at number 1 team. Just what will that be like for you guys, and how excited are you guys just to be able to go play in a place like the Convo?
Yeah, we're definitely just ecstatic about it. We're just blessed to have the opportunity. Looking back on our high school careers, we've just been super blessed to have the experiences, and there's no one else to thank besides Gardner for that. He was, prior to coming here our freshman year, he was assistant coach at Bowling Green, and then came to Marietta to be a head coach. Took a chance,
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Yeah, and it worked out for you guys, clearly.
Oh, yeah, definitely. We've been here he's been here since our freshman year, and I think that it really just shows how much we trust him and how much he trusts us. Right. Just through our, on the court and off the court bond and stuff like that. So, definitely. I would definitely just say give all thanks to Gardner for that. All the experiences.
Yeah, I love that, man. Last thing I'll ask you about is just your class, maybe in particular, that senior class. Obviously, this is your guys' last ride. What's it been like going through these 4 years with your guys, and what's it going to be like to close the season out? Especially, you guys have had a lot of success. But just going forward, just what's it been like? What's that experience been like with your guys?
There's been guys on this basketball team that I've been close with since 3rd grade, since I've moved to Ohio, and there's been guys that I just recently honestly started getting close with from our grade. Now I'm just as tight with them as I am with the other guys, and just like we just all just love each other. We're just all friends off the court, on the court. It's just really special when you get a group of 8 to 9 seniors that stick around all 4 years. You know what I mean? And we just, our chemistry is just, I feel like, unmatched. I think that really is what pushes us through a lot of games, because we don't have, I feel like we are not as scared as much to like just, you know, if I don't think one of my teammates or is doing the right thing or something on the court or something like that, then I'll call them out. You know what I mean? Because I've been knowing them for so long.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing for everyone else too. So I just think our chemistry and just how much we love each other and care about each other really just shows through. And I think that's just the biggest thing I can take away from all this. Yeah,
man, I have to agree with that. It really shows up on the court, you guys, how tight you are. I know, like after all the wins, especially after that win Tuesday, all you guys celebrating, even the guys like Owen Zayden, who didn't play as well as they normally do. You guys are all still just pumped, and you couldn't tell if they went out and had 40 or had 0 points. Yeah. So I think that really speaks to just how close you guys are and how just tight of a unit you guys have been.
And I really want to speak on Owen and Zayden. I think they've really came a long way, especially in their high school careers, and just even like this season. I mean, just matured a lot, and just like, because they've always had the talent. They're 2 of our best players, if not our 2 best players. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
like
all
pure scores. You know what I mean?
They can flat out play.
You know, they just
gets anybody.
They've always just had like a little thing that's just held them back. But I really think that this year they've really matured a lot, and they don't care if they're the same thing as everyone else. They don't care about anything else besides winning, and they're really good leaders on and off the court. And there's not enough good things to say about those 2. How much they've improved these past years. So,
can't agree more, man. It's been awesome, and it's been such a pleasure to watch you guys play. And that's gonna do it. So Lucas, best of luck tomorrow night. Thanks again for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's gonna do it for our most recent episode of WTAP Sports Frenzy. Bring it back on me here. Thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you next time.